Good morning. Welcome to the vlog and second act adventures. My name is Gina. I am a retired teacher. I am a widow starting a new normal for myself, and I've had so many people ask me since I retired, what do you do all day? Well, come along, spend a couple days with me. It's Sunday morning. I just took one of my dogs out, and you can just join me in what I do for the day. So I have fed all my cats. I have 7 cats. I am that woman. And let's get the day started. Okay, I'm out here with dog number 2. It's 6:30 in the morning. And this dog has had hip dysplasia, and she has Lyme disease that we're treating. So I have to be really vigilant with her. I have her sling. But yeah, it's dark and it's cold here in New York. So I have one dog that needs some special goodies because she's had some mini strokes and she can't eat really well, and she's on her way back. She gets doxycycline in the morning, and so I have to mix it up with a bunch of food and some bone broth and some chicken for her. I do give the other dog a little treat, Hattie, but yeah, she's very depressed. She can't have all of this, but I'm gonna go feed Nellie. After I'm done feeding the dogs and the cats, I sit down and I relax with water, and because I'm trying to fast, and I play the New York Times puzzles and check my email and do a very quick run through on social media. I really have gotten more intentional about the scroll lately. The doom and gloom, I'm just very, anxious about. So for my own health, I have stopped doing that. Then I come in, before I go up, I work part-time. Before I go up, I do a little skincare regime. I really never had before. I had no skincare regime for 60 years. I took my granddaughter, who's 10, to Ulta, and she knew more about skincare than me. And I was like, I should probably, do something for myself. So I have a couple little things that I like. So this little one I got from a FabFitFun box. It's a Wake Up Eye stick with caffeine. Ooh, it's a roller ball, and you just roll it on under your eyes. I wound up buying at Ulta The Ordinary. This is hyaluronic acid. I use it with B5, B15, can't see, B5. And then I got this by the Inky List. It's a bioactive ceramide repairing and plumping moisturizer. I haven't been doing this long, but my skin does feel better. So I get that done. I let that all soak in, and I go upstairs and I work. So come along. She's just a little spoiled. She's the one that has been sick with Lyme disease and mini strokes, but she is on the mend. But she does like to nap here. This is her little sister. This is Hattie, little Hattie McFatty Pants, huh? She loves a belly rub, don't you? Yes, she does. She loves a belly rub, huh? Well, I just got up. I had to readjust these, and they broke. I need them for my job. I can do it without them, but it's harder. Oh. Now I have to go and buy a new pair of headphones with a microphone. One thing that I do in the morning, not every morning because sometimes I forget, sometimes I do it in the evening, But I found this notebook at Five and Below, I think. And I used to journal quite a bit, and it just got to be too much. So I use this as just a daily gratitude. So I put the date, I put a little heart, and I tell something I am thankful for that day. If I miss a few days, I combine a bunch of things that I am grateful for. For like hot blueberry coffee. Grateful for hanging out with my daughter. I was very thankful that I figured out how to install my own doorknob set. So if you are like, I'm not a writer, I don't want to do this. This takes, I don't even write in complete sentences. I just jot it down and it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. So now I'm going to be working. People ask, how can, do you work? What do you do if you were retired? So I found that I enjoyed having the extra money coming in, and I will talk more about how I was able to retire at 55 on another video. But I wanted some extra spending money for me, for travel and going out with friends. When my husband passed away, it no longer became a just for fun job. It definitely is an income supplement. So because I am a teacher, I was able to get a great job scoring tests that English as a second language learners take. And everything is in a portal, so I can log in 24/7 and work whenever I want to. It's perfect. It's perfect for me. I can work 20 hours. I can work 40 hours. I can work 10 hours as long as I hit the testing quota. So that is what I do. I usually do it for an hour, hour and a half before I eat breakfast in the morning. All of my energy, I am a morning person. I have a lot of energy in the morning, and it just slowly depletes itself throughout the day. So I'm going to hop on here and I am going to work. We're going to try these. I don't love these. This microphone is very messed up. Okay. We have to fix this. Okay. Now it's time for my first cup of coffee. It's 9:30. I'm going to go back up and I'm going to work a little bit longer. Since it's Sunday, I don't really have too much going on. I plan to take a walk later with my daughter, do some cleaning, but yeah, so I need some coffee before I eat breakfast. So off we go. Oh, and isn't this the story of my life? But I love this mug. My grandson got it for me. Also, while I was waiting for my coffee, I did do laundry. I have, you can probably hear it, I have a load in the washer and a load in the dryer, and I cleaned the cat litter boxes. So I do try to multitask, but not as much as when I was working, which is the joy of being retired. So, all right, now I definitely have to go work. Whew, I just took the dogs out. Ellie's still out there. Waiting for her to come in. It is cold. It is chilly. I was going to go for a walk with my daughter. We're trying to figure out where we could go that blocks the wind but is not muddy. So that is where we'll go next if I wind up going. But I think we will. This is my old, take out the dog coat. It's like a very old, dirty coat. I work out in the yard. Yeah. So I'm going to let the dog in. I ate breakfast. I'm going to put real clothes on. And then we are going to figure out where we want to go. Like, do we want to walk or do we want to hike? Last weekend on this day, we were snowshoeing. So now there's like no snow out there at all. All right, you can come along with me. We are going for a walk anyway. I don't know if you can tell, but it is slightly snowing, sleeting, but we're gonna do it. Sometimes you just need to force yourself to do what you don't feel like doing if it's good for you. And that is what I am doing. One of the hardest things, and if you've been there, you know what I mean, probably. After my husband passed away in May, was to have the motivation or the energy or the desire to do anything. I was left with a house that needs many repairs. I mean, there's things that we wanted to do, like we gutted a half bathroom in the hopes that we were going to get it done in the year, and he wound up getting sick. So I have a gutted half bathroom. I did wind up buying new windows for the entire house, but there are things that I had to take care of. Like, we have a half acre. So, and I was always the one who did that anyway. Like, I like doing yard work, so. But besides those things, it has been, especially since he passed away. You know, I have a really hard time focusing. I really had a hard time, you know, trying to do things that I used to think were fun, like reading. And what I was going to say is, especially since it has gotten dark early. That bothered me before, and now it's like 1,000 times worse. So I am trying to turn things around. Just like I know being outside in the fresh air is something I love. My husband and I used to hike all the time. So even though it's freezing, I am doing it. It's different. I don't like to hike alone, and I don't like to walk alone. I am just a nervous Nelly when it comes to that. I used to do it without a thought, but I think that, you know, you see everything that's bad that's happening on social media, and it just makes you super hyper aware of the dangers that you never thought of before. Or you thought, oh, that's not going to happen in this neck of the woods or to me, and you realize, yeah, it definitely can. So, you know, that's how I'm feeling about just, if you're in that spot, sometimes you just have to push through, and you have to do what's good for you, even though you don't feel like doing what's good for you. Because, you know, in the long run, it's the best thing. So, I am coming up to where I am going to be parking, and let's go for a little walk. So that was a very chilly walk, but it felt good to get outside. The kids had a really good time. I came home, I ate lunch, I worked for another half hour, and then I did a little genealogy work on Ancestry.com, and then look at this snow. Now it's really coming down. I don't know if you can see it that well, but it's super windy too. I was very glad we got our walk in when we did. So now I'm going to sit down and I am going to read for a little bit. Like I said earlier, I had been having trouble focusing on reading, but I actually finished a book. Yay for me. And I am starting another book. It's called Unbreakable by, I believe it's Vonda Wright, all you ladies out there. It is a very good book. I highly recommend it. Let me see if I can find it on my app. So I'm also reading The Great Gatsby, which I have never read before. So Unbreakable is pretty much a book about, it's a nonfiction book about women's health, especially their bone health, written by a doctor. And there's a lot of information in it, but it's all very well explained. So I highly recommend that. I'm going to sit here and get a little cozy and read for a little bit. I'm done eating for the day. So that has been my day so far. I've been staying very busy. Evenings, sometimes I get a little blah because there's still plenty for me to do, but the evening alone is not the same as it used to be when I would sit and watch the news and we would talk with my husband. You know, it's just different. It's harder. I do belong to some grief groups that meet in the evening, which is helpful. And I try to seek out free events to join in in the evening. Sometimes they're not. Like I go to Modern Prairie and I go to events. Different grief groups are in the evening. Creative Mornings, some of their activities can be in the evening. So I do try to do that. Oh, I also painted my kitchen buffet today. So as you can see, I've been busy. But I'm going to sit and read and see what else I can get into this evening. Also, before I get cozy with my book, I have to shout out my daughter. Bought me this for Christmas. If you are a lady who likes to be cozy, I mean, this is literally a rectangle of blanket. But when you put it on, it has snaps. And it is perfect for when I work. Because I still have my arms free. That's kind of, let's take a look at it this way. Look at this. It's so cozy. So yeah, I'm just cozying up here. Also, you will meet all of my cats throughout all of my videos. And this one is Huckleberry. She was a rescue. She was born in our backyard tree. Her and 6 siblings. So my husband and I rescued them. We found homes for all but 2, and so we kept 2. And this is Huck. We thought she was a boy, but it turns out she was a girl. But we kept her name. I don't know, it just fits her. And then we have her sister Henrietta around here also. So now I'm ready to get cozy and read. Huh, Huckleberry. Good morning. Yesterday was a busy day, so it is now the next day, and I figured I'd film 2 days in the life, so we'll see what today brings. I have a couple errands to run. Right now I'm getting my coffee a little earlier than usual, but I'm going to upstairs and I'm going to go to work. I really try to get at least an hour in the morning, right away, and I try to work about 3 hours a day. And you might say, well, it's not really retired, is it? But I mean, it's part-time. I can do it when I want. So I consider this more, like I said, a side hustle. I need it as income, but it's more of a side hustle. It's really cold outside this morning, but I'm hoping the roads are good. We had quite a bit of snow. Well, areas around us had quite a bit of snow. So I am hoping that the roads are clear for the errands I have to run. So let's see what we can get into today. Okay, we are off to work. I did get these broken headphones to work, these old ones. But today I think that I am going to try to find some new headphones. I do like wired headphones for my work. They're a lot less problematic unless they break. So I'm off to work for an hour and then we'll see what we can get into today. All right, we're going into Goodwill. I ran a couple errands, and the best part of being retired is being able to go to the store on a weekday. There are so few people. There's so many less people in the stores on the weekday. So, I mean, that is definitely a perk of retirement because I do not go shopping on a weekend anymore unless, you know, like I can't help it or I'm going with a friend who's going. So we're going to go in and we're going to see what we can find. Okay, I didn't bring you in with me because there were too many people there today. After I just got done saying how empty it usually is, it was very full. I don't know, there were quite a few Amish in there today. And I just saw two more get out of a car. So I think I'll do a quick car haul because I might drop one of these off. So the first thing I found is my grandson loves Yoda. And he got a little one for his birthday. And I found the big one. Look at how I'm not a fan, but I think will love it. And I thought he actually like moved or talked probably at some point in his life. Maybe not. Oh yes, it does. It talks. My other grandson was into Yoda and he had one of these many years ago. So I got him a little Yoda. I think I'll drop that right off. I got some catnip mice for the cats. Look at this nice. Look at this nice wreath. The only thing I have to do is steam, or I might just replace that. But it's pretty big. It was like $5. And then I did get 3 books. I got Philippa Gregory, Lady of the Rivers. I really like Philippa Gregory. She's like my secret, like, I don't know, an obsession. Little Bee. I hope I don't have this book already. It's by Chris Cleave. I've been wanting to read this. And then I found a book by Elizabeth Strout. She's the one that wrote Olive Kitteridge, which I did enjoy. And this book is The Burgess or The Burgess Boys. I've not heard of this book. So that was my little haul. Now I'm going to take this over to my grandson before my granddaughter gets home and wonders why I didn't find anything for her at Goodwill. Well, today was a good day. After I got home from Goodwill, I took Yoda over to my grandson and I came home and worked for a little while. I had dinner. I jumped on a work call at 6 o'clock. It was only about 30 minutes. And now I'm enjoying YouTube. I'm reading Free Water still, and I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the evening. But I do have to say the perks of being retired also include the ability to travel. Now, I have a lot of pets and I can't go anywhere unless I know someone is going to be able to watch the dogs and take care of the cats for me. But luckily I have a daughter who is very willing to come and spend the night if I need her to. And today I, along with a group of girlfriends who I am forever grateful to have a group of women that I travel with, we bought tickets for Bruno Mars in Toronto in May. So we are very excited to be going to that. And it's on a Thursday and we're all retired. So we're able to travel to Toronto on Thursday and spend the night and come home on Friday. So it should be a very, very fun event. So yes, one of the perks of retirement is the ability to travel when you want to. So on that note, that's what I do in a day or two. It's busy. Like, my days are really packed. Tomorrow morning, I'm taking a Zoom watercolor class. So there's always something to do if you look for it. I could never understand the people who say they would be bored when they're retired, because your time is your own. You can do whatever you want. There is definitely freedom in that. On that note, I'm going to sit back and read for a little while, and I hope that you come and join me on my next video. If you like this one, please be sure to click the like and subscribe. It's always great to get new people to chat with and to make content for. On that note, I will see you on the next video. This is Gina at Second Act Adventures.